to the next one. Love from a plant. Can a plant love? Can it hate? Is the possibility of a plant experiencing a human emotion utterly ridiculous? Horticulturist Nathan Hazlitt would have laughed aloud at the absurd idea. But then came the incredible moment he was to be the astounded recipient of love from a plant. So this comic starts off right away with some nice, casual domestic abuse. Like that's not even me joking. Like, this literally starts with the wife opening the door and punching her husband directly in the face. You and your ridiculous experiments. You care more for those silly flowers than for your own wife. Yes, I'll show you all right. But basically, she's annoyed that he's always in his greenhouse experimenting on stuff. I mean, it's almost like she married a horticulturist, but, So she goes in there, promptly socks him in the face the moment he opens the door for her, and then destroys all of his plants before making him come inside and eat his food. Now, naturally, this creates a very angry feeling in little Nathan here. Martha did this. I hate her. She lives clumsy, oafish, obnoxious, while those beautiful, fragile blossoms perish. It isn't fair. She, not they, should have died. In his anger, he managed to swat over what looks to be what he calls potassiate carbonite, and accidentally spills it into a nearby plant, a nearby vine of sorts. While he's rueing his decision and crying that he possibly killed his plant, all of a sudden a little vine from the plant comes down and strokes his hand sympathetically. So naturally, he assumes, why, it's in love with me. Dude, that's a huge jump. That's so huge neckbeard energy. Just little casual touch of the hand. She's in love with me. And it's just come on, dude. You at least one or two more panels showing the plant actually being in love with him and not just, it's okay.
But the look in her eyes said I need a friend. She turned to me, that's when she said it. Looked me dead in the face, asked cash or credit, and
But anyways, after that, he decides immediately. He decides that the potassiate carbonite must have given the plant the power to love, and decides immediately, if it can love, that means it can hate. I'm gonna give it the power to hate. Which, why? I can see why making a plant love would be a good idea. But why would you immediately want to give it the power to hate? That seems like a really bad idea. Come on. This is like creating Skynet to be this benevolent sorting machine and then deciding, you know what? It can protect everyone. Let's give it the power to kill anyone it feels like too. And it's just, why?
You're all puppets.
But, after that, he's basically reading to the plant a lot like a lover he would. He put you with a loaf of bread beneath a bough, a flask of wine, a book of verse, and thou. You love romantic poetry, and me, divine vine. How much better to be the beloved of a quietly passionate plant than the cringing spouse of a foul-tempered female. And then decides, wait a minute. If only Martha wasn't around to make my life a misery. Wait, maybe there is a way. The hate spray. So Martha comes out to come get her husband, as he's been in this... He's been in this greenhouse for a couple days now. And she's annoyed, and she goes out to get him, probably to beat him some more. Only to find that the plant is so filled with this hate spray that it immediately grabs and strangles her. After it happens, he calls the police, who, being the amazing people they are, determine, well, what happened here is pretty obvious. Your wife stumbled into that vine and was accidentally strangled. And it's just like, alright, if that's how we're going to call it, that's how it is, I guess. I feel like there's evidence to the contrary, but it's there, it happened. But so Nathaniel decides that he gives it some more potassiate carbonite to give it the power to love again. However, he proceeds to give it too much, and as Hazlitt reads, the amorous vegetable reaches rapturously towards its one and only great love. You're as delicate as the chlorophyll within the clinging vine. You scarcely ever clutch me. I worship every... Desperately sobbing, pleading, and straining, Hazlitt vainly attempts to escape the crushing whip-like strands. Oh, no! Stop trying to hug me! Stop! Yeah! But despite Hazlitt's agonized screams, the love plant increases the ferocity of its fervent embrace. Arnold Hazlitt, horticulturalist extraordinary, has been loved to death by a plant. So yeah, this one wasn't as interesting as the other two. It was more boring, and it just the characters made way too many huge jumps, and no one in it was really pleasant to deal with. Unlike the previous two, which had Pierre, who was sympathetic, or even the journalist, as irrelevant to the plot he was till the very end. Which in general, so like this one more falls into a 5 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's meh.